Death Wish is directed by Eli Roth and is a remake of a really old movie starring Charles Brosner. This movie is about Lord Voldemort, who has a nose in this movie. He also has not turned to the dark side just yet. Instead, he's Paul Kersey, portrayed by Bruce Willis, who is a successful doctor who has abided by the law, provided for his family, and has been an overall good citizen. Well, one day, robbers break into this man's house and violently attack his family. The police are swamped with other crimes that are going on in Chicago, and so we see Paul gradually shift from a man who follows the law and turn into a vigilante who takes the law into his own hands. This movie is an action thriller that is surprisingly fun and entertaining. The trailers looked horrible, and I wasn't looking forward to watching Death Wish. And I'll tell you right now, the main complaint critics are going to have with this movie is that it's very similar to other action thrillers. There's nothing special about it that makes it stand out. It does have some unrealistic things that happen, and the message of the film will offend some people. However, this is a perfectly acceptable film that has everything a decent average movie should have. And I think most general audience members will enjoy it. I do think that the film is very formulaic due to the fact that it feels like the creators were given a sheet from a high school English teacher titled "How to Write a Good Story." And they do everything on this bulleted list so that way they can tell a good story. It feels like the creators all got together and checked boxes off this list. They said, is there an action-packed intro? Check. Did we develop the characters the audience should care about? Check. Is there a conflict? Check. And you get the idea. It has the things a good story should have, but these elements are so unoriginally put together that the film does feel like several other action thrillers that you've probably seen. I get it's based off of a movie, which was based off of a book, but it makes me wonder, why make this movie if we have a bunch of others like it already? Why not put your own twist on it? This film is disposable, won't be a film that we're talking about in the future, and it doesn't do anything to make itself stand out. In addition, there's some unrealistic things that happen. One scene involving a bowling ball coming to the rescue, and the fact that the same two cops are at every single crime in Chicago. However, was I entertained? Absolutely. I thought this was a decent action thriller movie. It has characters that the story develops and are brought to life by the actors portraying them. There's some brutal actions that happen to these characters, and you feel for them because the story follows that formula of taking some time to make you like the characters. In addition, you have a main character who is likable because you understand why he's making the decisions that he's making. Because the main character decides to take the law into his own hands, I think that may connect to some political conversations that are ongoing right now regarding teachers having guns in the classroom. And regardless of what your opinions are about that, I think this movie establishes an understandable reasoning as to why Bruce Willis would think his actions are good ones to take. Overall, I liked Death Wish. I wouldn't watch it again. It does feel like other movies that I've seen, but it has everything needed to be decently enjoyable, and I had fun with it. Go watch this if you've already seen Black Panther and you need a decent action movie to go watch. I'm going to give Death Wish a B-. I love talking about movies, but one thing I love more is talking about movies with you. So leave a comment if you have any questions or have an opinion you'd like to share regarding Death Wish. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you can click right here for more icy and chilly EskimoTV reviews.